In this video, I am going to show you how to add data in Firestore. So in browser, I have already opened my project here in the localhost, and in the second tab, I have already opened my project of Firestore. And now in the VS Code, I have already opened the project folder. So to add data in Firestore, first of all, you need to modify the rules in Cloud Firestore. So you need to click on the Firestore database, go to the rules tab. Now you should see the allow read write if request.time is less than the timestamp dot date 2022 123. If the date may be changed, don't worry about that. You need to only just cut this text from the colon to the semicolon and backspace it and uh, click to the publish button here. I have already done this today, so here you can see I have already done this. Now back to VS Code, you need to link the firebase.js in your index.html. So right below the firebase auth, let's link the firebase.js. And now to add data in Firestore, you need to use some functions. Let me check if I already added some data. So let me delete, yeah, let me delete this data. Now back in our VS Code, in the firebase.js, you can see we have already created a variable which holds the instance of Firestore database. So we can use that Firestore variable here to add data. Now to add data in Firestore, you need to write some functions, that is firestore.add, and pass the object here which you want to add. Before using the add function, you need to use the collection function, and here you have to give the name of collection in which you want to add the data. So I am giving employee here, and I am adding the name of employee and email of employee. Now you need to cut all this code from here and move it in a function. Let's make a function name add data and paste all the code here. Now you need to call this function. So let's check whether the data is added or not. I am using my live server, so the page refreshes automatically whenever I make a change in the document. So the page is refreshed already. So let me check. There is no data. Let me refresh the page. There is still no data. Maybe we have to use the async await functionality. So let's write async here and await here. Now let's refresh the page. There is no data here. Let me check for the issue. Now you can see we have our data and there is a lot more data. Maybe the Firebase we lagged earlier. So let us delete all this data and refresh the page once more. Click on the Firestore database. Now here you can see we have our data. Now we have to catch all these data from this input field, and whenever user clicks on the add button, all these data from the name and email should be saved to the Firestore database. So we have to make an event trigger on this button. So let's inspect this. Now here you can see the button success class is implemented on this, but we have to implement an unique class on this button. So first of all, let's make changes to this add modal. Now here add a class of add data, and first of all let's make a selector of this class. Remove this from here. Add data on click function, and now whenever the user clicks on this add button, we have to capture the name and the email field data in a variable. So first of all let's check which class is implemented on this name input field. So there are no major class, so let us give the class on the name input field. So give class here add name, and in the email field give the class add email. Now let's capture the value in a variable named as add name dot value, and for the email data let's make a variable named as add email and capture the value of add email input field. Now whenever the user clicks on this add data button, first of all we have to capture the add name and add email input field value, and after this we have to make all these input fields empty. So make it value empty and make add email value empty. Now we have to call this function right here, add data, and we have to pass the add name variable here and add email variable here, and we have to accept those two variables here, add name and add email. Now we have to give the add name here and add email here. Now let's check this. So first of all let's click delete all these data, and now let's add a new employee. Click on this add new employee, enter the employee name, and now enter the employee email, and now click on add. As you see, the input field of name and email uh, is empty now. And now check in our Firestore database. Here you can see we have our employee data, name and email. Now let's add one more data. and click on add button. As you can see, the name and email input field is empty, and in our Firebase database here you can see we have two data. Now the add data functionality has been implemented. Let's take a quick pause here and I will see you in just a minute. Thank you.